Alright, so welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at solo base locations. These locations and bases are designed for probably 1 or 2 players and no more. Let's just get straight into it. Alright, so the first location is pretty much where we are now. I'm going to show you where we are on the map first. So I've got admin tools open, so on the map we are here in Toluga. Probably is pronounced all wrong, but we're going to go with that. As you can see, there's 2 people on the map. There's myself, Keller, and Red. Red's Manimate. Check out his channel as well. I have a link below, but he's actually doing some recording for me as well. So starting off with this first location, and what we're going for with all these base designs, some are bigger than others, so she said, but what we're looking for is just a simple design of what we can fit into a small base which may be able to house 1 or 2 players. Now some of these locations you might use if you're starting off, so for argument's sake, if we check the map again, you can see that this one is quite close to the coast, so it might be used for obviously if you've got a bigger base up north or something, you've just wanted something small, just so you can come back to, if like always, if you play like me, every so often you get yourself in a spot of bother and you wake up on the coast, you can pop back here, get some supplies and make your way north again. So with this barn, it's quite a small barn. Obviously I've got 2 tents in, I've got a barrel, 2 barrels in just to show, obviously you could get some more equipment in if you wanted to. I've got a simple gate. The other beauty for these is most of them are, obviously, you know, I'm trying to design them where you can get 1 fence in it. Obviously this one's just a 1 fence, and this you've got your complete base. I've popped some barbed wire on there as well, just so obviously you can check that out. The other reason I like this spot, okay, you've got woods around, so you can see right around now, obviously there's woods that go anywhere, so obviously if you wanted to expand this base or make it bigger in any sort of way, obviously there's plenty of trees and things. The other reason why I've chosen this spot, if you head back this way, you've got a well right here where you can see I'm standing now. Obviously you've got a nice well, obviously you've got constant water, and there's another barn just down here as well, so if you wanted to decide to do it in this one, you could. Obviously you could decide to do both if you wanted to, depending on what server you're on. The other thing about this is that you do get apples that spawn from this tree. Since I've been running around on here, obviously I've just gone back and forth, and I've pretty much had apples every time I've gone back. In this update of the modern plane on the 1.15 version, you can eat anything up to damaged, anything over damaged you can't eat, so even though you can see this is damaged now, you can still eat it. A little bit off topic, but just a heads up if you don't know it. And the other thing about this as well is there's plenty of buildings around where you can loot, and there's a few sheds, so obviously you can build up a few tools again. So that's base number 1, just a simple basic base. It's got 2 tents in, a couple of bars you can get in, a barbed wire fence. The other thing I'd say as well is all these bases are going to be built on vanilla, so they would all work on vanilla. You would have to angle the gate slightly different, so you can see here that the gate is slightly over to one side. You would need to angle this more to the left where you can see the gate post is, so the right hand side is by the edge of the door, just so you could put a lock on. But like I said, all these will be able to be done on vanilla. You just need to angle that door a bit more to the right, or whichever floats your boat, to be honest. So without further ado, let's crack on to base number 2. Alright, so here we are at base number 2. Now, the reason I like this base is I'm actually standing on it and you can't see where it is. Now, for those of you that would have seen a video on YouTube, because I'm going to be honest, this isn't my idea, it's just I came across her on YouTube myself. And I thought it's a really cool idea, so I just wanted to pop it up as well for those people that hadn't seen it, so I'm not taking credit for it. However, this is where the base is, it's underneath the dam. Now this is a really sweet base, because how often would you run past this and not check? I mean, it involves a watchtower. Again, this is built on vanilla, guys, alright? There's nothing on here that would be able to build this without this, so all these bits are built with vanilla. So you'd be able to build this on a vanilla server. As you can see here, this is the closest I could get that gate post to it, but like I said, it's not going to cause you any more problems. So what have I got in here? I've got a couple of barrels just to show you that we can put storage. The gate can be shut, and obviously you can put a lock on that gate if you wanted. You can also go up to the 2nd tier. Again, I've got a few more barrels. It's completely blocked off to one side, and from this side you can see out, and obviously you can actually fish. The other thing is cool about this as well is I can jump into the water. So if I jump over this, I can get out to the base this way and then swim across to shore. So you don't have to go out through the gate if you didn't want to. Just takes really long to swim, but never mind. Yeah, so as I'm going to show you now, I'm going to go back to the top of the bridge. The beauty about this as well is that even running over this you can't see it, so no logs come through the bridge. This is something I checked. Obviously, as soon as I built the watchtower, especially when I went up to the second story, I had a look. Nothing's come through at all. Now, there are a few dams on the map, so where are we? So we're on the dam, okay, just underneath the military site here, okay? There's a big dam. Obviously, you can see where Red is again. Obviously, he's over there doing some other recording as well. But, I mean, there are a few dams on the map. There's one here. There's also one right over the west somewhere. Is it down here somewhere? But there's another dam here. I think it's around here somewhere. But there are a few dams, okay? I can't remember where the other one is, but there are a few dams around. This isn't the only one. And like I said, the beauty of this is it's discreet. Not many people are going to see it. Even at a distance, you wouldn't really see it because you wouldn't be looking. You don't have to build the second tier up if you didn't want to. And again, just popping back inside, looking at storage, you can get a few barrels in here. I mean, this is something that you could do as a permanent base if you wanted just a small base on your own. You could put as much storage in here as you want regarding barrels. The only thing is I tried getting a small tent in here and it wouldn't go in. So with a tent it's going to be difficult. I don't know if there is a way of doing it. I did play around for a little while and I couldn't find a way. But again, you've got everything you need. You've got the water, as long as you've got chlorine tablets, you can fill up as much as you wanted to. With the water as well, you could fish. And obviously, oh, hello little zombie. So with the water as well, you could fish. And obviously then get a little fire going. And obviously you could live here quite, for as long as you wanted to, really, without anybody really coming along this way. So I'm just going to kill this zombie. Right, no, she's done. What I want to do, I just want to go up to this bridge here and show you that, like I said, yes, you can see it when you know it's there, but how often would you really look running past something like this if you were just going to loot these buildings? So just assume now you're going to loot these buildings, you come up over here, even if you were look, yes, you can see it, but it doesn't catch your eye, it doesn't stand out as a big base. When some of the bases you've seen, it wouldn't really stand out. It's really, really discreet. That's what I like about it. And again, just going to finish off this place while I kill this other zombie that come running at me. I'm not taking credit for this. Like I said, it was in another video. I can't remember who it was. If I can remember, I'll link their video in below as well. I can't remember who it was, but I actually came across this myself. I just thought it was a really, really cool idea. And for those people that hadn't seen it, I just wanted to pop it on there. But guys, that's base location number 2. So without further ado, let's pop across straight away to base location number 3. Okay, so the third location, we're already there. It is that big house there. So where are we on the map to start with then? So let's whack the map button and I'm going to show you. So for this one, we're straight up on the northeast. Okay, so you can see where we are. Now, with this one, where we are is a bit irrelevant. It's not really what I was going for this. Yes, you can use this location, but what I was going for really is this sort of style of house. Now, these are across the map. The reason why I like this style of house is because I tried using a few different buildings. The problem is when you're playing with a no modded server is that you can only set obviously your gate or your fence in certain places. That was the problem I had with the majority. However, this one, because it had a double front door, it allowed us to put a gate there. So you can see now if you open the doors, you've got a gate behind with barbed wire, we can get that open. Again, I don't want to repeat myself, but this is built on with no mods, so it just enables you to open and close. Alright, and like I said, it's more of the house that we're going for as opposed to the location. These are all dotted all over the map, so you could pretty much choose where you want to go with that really. But again, it's a one fence job. Once that fence is closed, you're done. You come up the stairs in the building. Now what I did try and put a barricade at the top of the stairs. What I tried for is put in another gate and a fence there to try and make that a bit more defendable. And I also tried to put it just inside the room here with another bit. Again, it wouldn't really work. Again, it would on modded servers, but it didn't on the vanilla stuff. So that's entirely up to you. If you're on a modded server and you've got build anywhere, you could put another fence at the top here. But I wanted to make this leaning towards more, realistic with non-vanilla, with vanilla servers as opposed to heavily modded ones. So I've dotted a few barrels around up the top. So you can see we've got one behind the door. As we come into the room now, we've got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inside the room. Obviously, you could litter this place with barrels if you wanted to. Now, you can put a small tent. So where I'm standing now, you can place a small tent inside. However, with these wardrobe doors here, you can't get past. So when the tent comes out, it comes out about roughly where I'm standing now, and when you try and run past here to the cupboard there, it doesn't go past. So that's the reason I opted for barrels as storage, just to show you an example, and not a tent. Like I said, you can get one if you wish. Right, so the other thing about this house as well is obviously the windows. You've got good view right around the house, or right round, but at least around one side. So you can see out that side. You can also see up there as well. Obviously that looks up to the woods, depending on which house you choose, will obviously depending on what you can see outside. However, as much as you can see out, it's a double-edged sword, because people can see in as well. What you can do is, if you really wanted to, is you can put fences up to obviously block these windows off. Now, the good things and bad things about the fences, yes, it would help not see. However, it may draw more attention to your base. If people would just look down and see obviously a big wooden wall up inside windows, they would obviously know there's a base there. You can argue they could see that through the gate anyway with the barbed wire, but just something to be wary of. But again, I think that's why these are number one really good houses to build a base in, especially a solo base or a couple of players. But yeah, that's location number 3. When I say location, pretty much type of building for this, but I think it's a really good place. But that's location number 3. Let's get straight on to location number 4. Alright, so location number 4. Firstly, where are we? Let's just get the map open. So we are in the woods for this one. Okay, so that's the location of where we are. So we're not really in any town or city. The other thing about these locations as well, is I probably should have said at the start of the video, is that they're all out of the toxic zones as well. So any of these bases you should be able to build without getting hit by the green mist. We've probably all died by that. I certainly have. The reason I've chose this base here in this location, now the base I'm going to show you in a second, you can pretty much put in any wooded area. Well, you can stick it anywhere on the map. But the reason I've gone for a wooded area is that to keep it secluded. Now, where I'm showing you now, the base is actually in shot where I'm looking. Now you can see it, but it doesn't stand out either. So the reason I've chosen this location is purely just to have it close to a source of water, right? Let's just run down and have a quick look at the base. So you can see, even in the snow, obviously I've just got the winter mod on because I like winter, right? Like I said earlier, there are no building mods on, but obviously I've got winter on just because I like it. But what I've gone for is a simple just watchtower right round. Alright, you can see it's double layer barbed wire right round as well, and a simple gate. So when you open this up, I wouldn't use this as a base for obviously a long period of time. If you didn't want to, you could. But it's just somewhere where you can use as storage. And like I said, if you're on your own and you've managed to get a couple of barrels, it would be a quick watchtower up, and you come on top, obviously you've got a good sight there, you can see anybody coming around, and you can obviously drop back down and underneath if you wanted to, obviously shut the gate. But the beauty of this base is, like I said, you can put it anywhere. Now, the chances of somebody finding this base, if you were to build somewhere on the map, so if you were to get the map open and see a nice big barn, or let's just say Devil's Castle or something, or, you know, even with the other builders I've chose now, you will get people coming around and trying to loot them sort of buildings that could find your position. With this one, because you could put this anywhere you wanted to, this sort of type of base, then, you know, the chances are, if you went deep into some woods in the corner somewhere, would somebody really find you? Yes, they may. Obviously, people do run across the map, but you've got much less chance of this base being found as you would obviously being in the centre of Iber, for argument's sake. So that's base location number 4. It's something small, something that you could protect, and obviously I've gone right around it now, but something small, something you could protect, and again, you could put this absolutely anywhere. I would preferably choose somewhere with water. You could put it next to some city if you wanted to whip in and out, obviously out of the toxic zone. So it's just a general idea for you. It's a simple watchtower, and what I did was the back end of the watchtower I left off. I didn't put any walls up, and I just put a gate up then. So that's what I did. I'll just show you that around the front. So around the front, this is obviously the back of the watchtower, because obviously the stairs come up for those who build watchtowers, and the front of the watchtower is that way. You can put your gate any side really. I chose to have it on the back, just because that's what I went for, but you could choose and put it any side you want. As long as you leave one side free and input the fence kit, then obviously that tightens up, and again you can barbed wire that up and then loop that right round. So guys, without further ado, let's get on to the last base location. So the last location then, location number 5. So firstly, I chose this location. Let's show you where we are on the map. Now I'm not even going to try and pronounce the name of this castle, but we have gone for a castle build. Okay, that's the name of it there. Not even going to attempt it, so don't ask. Reason I've gone for this, number 1, just slightly north, you can see here we've got 2 pools of water, okay, so it's close to a water source. Secondly, you've got this building here, which is a similar, but it's exactly the same, similar, what am I talking about? It's exactly the same building, obviously little barn as we built the first base in, so you could decide to do that one if you wanted to. However, we've decided to go for a castle base, and I'm going to show you the reason why. So inside here, now you can put a barbed wire fence in, it has to go at a slight angle, but it does go in. Obviously you can see the gate closes. I've got a small tent in here and a couple of barrels right on the foot, just to show you obviously you can get some storage space in there. What we're going to do now is we're going to work our way up. Now this is arguably the most easily defendable base that we've got so far in this episode. So as you can see, we've come upstairs. I haven't opened the gate yet. I had to take the barbed wire off this bottom fence here, okay, because it kept on cutting me when I was coming up the stairs. However, if you wanted to, you could just spend a bit more time and move this fence slightly back, and then you could put barbed wire there as well, alright? But we open that gate, we can jump up, we're on the second floor now, and that shuts, and again you've got another layer of defence, which you can also see from further up the stairs, alright? So on the second floor then, we've got another small tent, and we've got 3 extra barrels. You could put much more up here if you wanted to. Heading further up now, I'm just going to stop slightly on the stairs here and look down. So again, if you are getting raided or people are coming up, you can defend yourself there. But be careful, like I said, people coming up can obviously be able to see you as much as you could see them. But they would need to obviously hammer their way through that fence or cut the barbed wire off first. And you could even angle tents in certain ways, so when they come through the fence they might not be able to get past the tents anyway. So heading up to the top then, like you see, we've got a nice fireplace going here. We've got a big tent up here, or a large tent. Obviously this fits, I think it fits 300, is it? 400, there we are, 400. Obviously I built the flag put up here as well, just to show that you can do this if you wanted to. Is the fire gone out? Come on, little fire. It's gone out. Nope, there we go, fire's back. Woohoo! Again, up here you could put a few barrels around if you want. Obviously room for more storage, and you've got good eyesight right round. The other thing you could do if you really wanted to when you're up here is that you could build fences up going around as well, so people obviously couldn't snipe you from them, for argument's sake, from them hills up there. Even though it would be a hell of a shot, obviously it's not, obviously it's possible. So this is the last base location, so I'm just going to head down now and show you what it's like going down. This flag, yes, obviously it's a bit of a giveaway. There's a base there, there's a big flag, and there's a tent up here. If you wanted to, you could have left this top floor empty to be a bit more discreet. People wouldn't see you from so far off. But as we head down now, you can back down, open this gate, you can jump down, and then you can close it and it goes over the top of your head. Again, that's closed. And heading down again, right down to the bottom, we can open this gate and just show you this closes. Just click it there, close. The barbed wire doesn't get you either, and then you're back outside. The beauty with castle bases is that there is only one way in, so you could fortify this even more if you wanted to where I'm standing now. You could build out this way, across here, and across here. Or maybe a watchtower, like the previous base we had. You could put a watchtower on the base of that door to make obviously another entrance for you coming in and out. You might need to adjust the door though behind, because whether that would hit the watchtower or let you build it, I'm not sure. But it might be another option for you depending on how much time you had. But even standing down here now, you can see the smoke of the fire. But again, it's a sweet place to build. Like I said, one entrance, so there's no other way around this entrance to get in. Like all castles, all towers I should say, they only have the one entrance. Alright, so closing this video out, like I said, that's 5 solo locations or small base locations for you. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, hit the like and hit the sub button, it really helps me out. If there's any other ideas that you've got, because I like learning about new places myself, DayZ videos are something I watch in my own time as well, then let me know. But I've really enjoyed doing these bases for you. If you've seen my other base video locations, it's something that I haven't really built a small base. I've literally just gone to a location and showed you that obviously this may be good, this may not. But in this instance, I thought it'd be better to give you something visually to look at, so you can see how a base may look in that location for yourselves. So guys, I'm going to leave this video there. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.